Here's another late development, and this news keeps coming in as we're talking here.
All right, the doc says she is on her phone. She ain't dealing with all that. Bulbasaur back.
Bulbasaur is back.
Listen, all right. So I tell you what. While you're doing that, let me jump off the show today. We have this month something that's all important to quite a few of us that are listening. This is Black History Month, which I consider American History Month because this is legit American history. It's just the unreported American history. Let's just keep it all the way 1,000. So today's special guest is none other than Alexa Irene Canady. Now, you might be asking me, who is Alexa Irene Canady? Don't matter. I'm going to just read this amazing story to you. I'm not going to give you the whole thing, but I'm going to give you a little bit. So first of all, Miss Alexa Irene Canady was born November 7, 1950. She is a retired American medical doctor specializing in pediatric neurosurgery. She was born in Lansing, Michigan, and earned both her bachelor's and medical degree from the University of Michigan. And after completing her residency at the University of Minnesota in 1981, she became the first Black woman to become a neurosurgeon. This came after the first American woman was board certified in neurosurgery in 1960. So 21 years removed, and here she is, a neurosurgeon specializing in pediatric neurosurgery. She was a chief of neurosurgery at Children's Hospital in Michigan from 1987 until her partial retirement in 2001. In addition to surgery, she also conducted research and was professor of neurosurgery at Wayne State University. After her partial retirement, she moved to Florida and maintained a part-time practice in Pensacola's Sacred Heart Hospital until her full retirement in January 2012. So, let's get down to a little bit of her early life. She was born, again, Lansing, Michigan, to Elizabeth Hortense Canady and Dr. Clinton Canady Jr. Her mother was an educator and a former national president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Go ahead and give me a ooh and throw them diamonds up in my chat.
That's that duck walk. Now, if you hit the duck walk for him one good time.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
Put the ducks in the chat.
Even though I'm supposed to be Ski Win because that's my wife. Shout out to but
April's a Delta too. What? April, do the little duck walk real quick.
I need it.
Before you dive too deep into her,
I need you to go ahead and hit it for me one time.
Her post lifestyle. I'd like to talk real quick about like her struggles and adversity and just what it really means to have like this perseverance. Because in her middle schools, there's stories that first, one of her teachers were even proud enough to even tell this story as if it was some type of like glorification. Like she was saying she would switch out the homeworks of poor white children with her test scores just to help the white kids in the school. And it's just that constant barrier of entry for Black people in general, but especially for Black women. So like this her story, if there's anything you take from her childhood and her like adolescence, is just like that growth, that constant everlasting perseverance to want to be better than you were yesterday. So I'm really a big fan of this story for her, but more importantly, like pushing forward, just hear that message from her. When you see her and the things that she's doing, she didn't let the outside world really skew or obstruct her ability to progress forward, even though all bets were against her. Because as we'll find out when she went to Michigan, things didn't get no easier.
Oh, 100. So, it says she faced many obstacles throughout her school years. However, despite these obstacles, Canady stood out among her peers academically, both in the classroom and by earning high scores on her tests in school. Before university, Alexa Canady was nominated as a National Achievement Scholar in 1967. She attended the University of Michigan where she received a BS degree in zoology. Wow. And in 1971 became a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Ooh. Her time at the University of Michigan was not without its struggles. She almost dropped out of college at one point due to a crisis of confidence. She had originally chosen a major in mathematics, but she soon realized that math was not her passion. She then learned of a minority health careers program at her university and decided to pursue it. Shout out to one of the few times where affirmative action actually worked in our favor.
And in addition to this situation, they were so hell bent against letting her do this. They even suggested, why don't you work in zoology or something of that nature? Like they every turn she had, she was always being put up for a situation where she was being discounted. That's not for you. People like you don't do this. Like, just think about that. Mathematics to zoology to now earning this spot. It wasn't given to her. She earned every goddamn cent of it, and she deserved it. And she should have been the accolades for it should have been given to her long ago. You feel me? So, perseverance, fortitude, moving forward.
Yes, absolutely. So, it says this program helped her realize that her passion was in the medical field. So, she would then go on to receive her medical doctorate with cum laude honors from the University of Michigan Medical School in 1975, where she joined Alpha Omega Alpha Honorary Medical Society. While in medical school, she was also recognized by the American Medical Women's Association. Despite her achievements in medical school, Canady felt as if she and the other female students were often overlooked by the professors. This only encouraged her to work harder. Although she initially had interest in internal medicine, Dr. Canady decided on neurosurgery after falling in love with neurology during her first 2 years of medical school. She settled on this specialty against the recommendation of her advisors, knowing that gaining a residency as a black student would be difficult. Canady began building her resume, reading many articles, and attending every conference and seminar she could, sometimes asking questions just to get known in the small field. Her appreciation for the fluidity of human anatomy would serve her well in the competitive field. She then became a surgical intern at the Yale New Haven Hospital from 1975 to 1976, rotating under Dr. William F. Collins. Although an exceptional student, she still faced prejudice and discriminatory comments as she was both the first black and female intern in the program. On her first day as an intern, she was told, "You must be our new equal opportunity package." Pause.
You know what? If there's ever a time, because you're not given the liberty to truly be yourself in corporate America, that code switching ass bullshit, you gotta remember that if it wasn't for people like her, people like me and Eric don't get to work in the healthcare industry, because her tolerance of this bullshit is the reason why I get to tell people to fuck off now at work. It's one of the amazing capabilities I've gained, and it's through righteous indignations and truly atrocious actions that have happened to her. She bore the breath of the blunt force trauma that is racist America in healthcare society for people like me and Eric to be able to go into this situation and actually like make headway. And the worst part about it is she was the secret to a lot of these people's issues. The patients that these people could not care for, she could. And she did it with a smile. And I don't know if I would have had the same valor to just be out here trying to save people while the people who are failing you are making a mockery of my skill set. It says something about our inability to really hone in on truly disgusting people and not give them their true daylight in space. I enjoy exposing racist and contrary behavior like this daily. I enjoy putting people out there, but I don't know if it was because she was a saint or because she just knew that there was something better for people that look like her in the future if she was able to reserve herself to a higher standard. And that is why she is a legend, and we are merely talking about her legacy. So thank God for her.
Absolutely. And think about it, because she started practicing medicine in 1987. I wasn't even a year old when she started practicing medicine. Think about that. She fully retired after working in Pensacola Sacred Heart in 2012. I mean, she had a long career in medicine, a long career, and had some uphill battles. And I'm sure she got called all kinds of names, such as New Equal Opportunity Package, even though she was probably better than. And it's funny, I'm going to stick on this for a second. You know why people say stuff like that? Because they see a person and they look at this human being and they say, surely she couldn't be here on her merits. She couldn't be here on her merits.
Why would someone?
Her along.
Yeah.
We've just checked the boxes for her, just so that we can be she's an affirmative action hire. No, she's an affirmative action neurosurgeon, and the quote unquote affirmative action, it was just her actions in the affirmative that got her in that position. She didn't get no handout. She didn't get no hand up. She had to, as these people say, pull herself up by her own bootstraps. She had to put in the work. She had to do the thing against all odds in a racist and sexist part in our time in this country, the 60s and 70s. And again,
60s and 70s.
These dudes aren't used to seeing women surgeons. They're not used to seeing women pursue these kinds of fields. She did all that. She had a husband that she'd been married to since like 1986 or something like that. Yeah, till today. And then she's still doing her thing. And this is the part that I'm talking about. She's still alive. She still has plenty of story to tell. And yet, this is legitimate American history. Where are my feminists talking about this woman? Where y'all at? I need y'all to come and recognize this woman. It's funny how you pick and choose which stories you want to talk about. But this woman's story deserves to be told. I mean, they made a story about Ben Carson. Surely they can make a movie about this dude, this woman. This is amazing. And again, this is why Heero and I are highlighting, obviously with bias, medical professionals, but still things that we need to know. Because what Heero and I instinctively know about human beings, they do not become what they cannot see. Those little kids back in the south side of Chicago, the same little kid I was growing up in South Dallas, did not think it was possible. Doctor. And you know how I met my first black doctor 3 years ago. I was 31 years old. 31 years old, and my first time meeting a black doctor, female doctor. Shout out Dr. Gooden. I'm not going to put your whole government name up there, but shout out Dr. Gooden. You know what's funny, Heero? All my surgical technique, I was thinking about this today while I was at work. All my surgical technique that I have learned, I've learned from women. Anna,
yeah,
Dr. Anthony, and Dr. Gooden. I've learned how to dissect out a liver, a kidney, lymph node, spleen, pancreas, prostate, and bladder. I've learned all those surgical techniques from women. And these are women of color. Point. Well, not one of them's not. But it's so ironic. You know?
That is a very good point.
How much, you know what I'm saying? How much time has progressed. You know what I mean? So I take whatever information I can get from who's ever willing to give it to me. I don't give a dang who you are, what is between your legs, who you lay down with, the color of your skin. If you got something that you're willing to give to me, I'm going to take it. And it's funny that there were so many other dudes around and none of them took time to show me how to do the things. Isn't that ironic? Like I'm not trying to get on a soapbox here, but this is important because how many people's lives did she impact? Not just surgeries that she performed for families, but the people that got to interact with her. People that look like her that were orderlies in the OR said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
If I go to medical school and put in the work, I can be like Dr. Canady? Seriously? bro.
There's
What you
something that also speaks volume to it, because this wasn't just a one-off for her. It was a way of life for her. She spoke to the fact that you have to be an asset to your patient. Like, think about she changed the whole entire the whole entire action, that is how is patient and physician personnel posed. Because if you think about a situation where you need to draw blood or labs for a patient, that's not a doctor's job. That's going to be put down, not even to a nurse, but all the way down to a phlebotomist. But she made it an effort to leave her lunch breaks to see to it that she was there for those types of activities, because it created a rapport. And even from a psychological and a physical aspect, when you see the people who are truly invested in making you get better, actually putting effort into you getting better, it makes a world of difference in that patient's ability to recover. So, like, she started a trend that should be that is still going on now, and has been put into groupthink scenarios where we can use it in our day-to-day activities. But I mean, in closing, how we want to do this? I would like to just reach out and say this: anyone who works in healthcare and bears our skin color, they are guardians to people like us in the healthcare world. It's because when I have a patient who has long flowing hair and they're trying to put that stupid flimsy bonnet on it, knowing damn well it's not going to hold it, I'm the one that goes and gets the hair ties from my bag, because I have long hair and I know what that feels like. When they're trying to coarsely shave a person and go against the grain, I'm the person who innately pays attention to the fact that, no, you got to respect their curl pattern. Let me show you how to do this. A big part of me being in healthcare now isn't so much that I have some vested interest in making sure I'm the hero that I'm meant to be. I get to be the voice. I get to set things straight. When other people don't care about, the way things look or the way things are done for certain people in the healthcare world, it's my job, and it's people like me and Eric's job to make sure that those things don't go unnoticed. They have to be recognized, and we take pride in that. I speak for Eric in that. We take pride in the fact that we get to create a scenario or a situation where a family that might not feel too comfortable with a system that has definitely betrayed them in the past and is still betraying them, we get to be able to say that, now you good, because we're here. And that's something that we got to be able to say because of Alexa, and we appreciate her. So that's our segment. That's our story. Eric, where can they find us?
I mean, first place they can find us right here on YouTube. That's where you need to go look. Go down
Minus
there.
the chat.
Swim in them comment section. Swim in the comment section. Listen, we're going to get that chat together and get some avatars.
I'm going to fix that shit. I promise you guys.
It's okay. Y'all going to appreciate it, because you know what it's based on? Whoever comments the most gets to beat up all the other avatars. Yeah. And then we can truly measure who the booth boss is. I know we got one person in there, you know, who is held that title the longest, but you know, and she may well get it today. She might not, but we can actually count who has the most comments now, so we'll know who the booth boss is. So anyway, after that, please go over to our Facebook page at The Identity Booth on Facebook. Follow us over there if you have not. And if you know people who would enjoy this content, go ahead and send them over there. We need like 10,000 page follows over there before YouTube, before Facebook will let us be a partner. Like, they're way more strict than.
I don't. When I saw that stat for it, I was like, "Who the fuck do you guys think we are? Who does that?"
Yeah, I don't know. It's their thing. I mean, they're the second, largest country in the world. I mean, if we're going by people who are actually on the actual app. Anyway, go over there, do that. We're going to be posting content over there as well. Live's going to be up over there as well. Feel free to go and comment. Shout out to our Facebook audience. And then hop on over to Twitch. We got 27 subs over there. We're trying to get to 30. So if you know some people on Twitch, shoot them at The Identity Booth on Twitch and have them give us a follow.
I figured it out. We're going to go to the other screen. All right. And during this brief intermission, I figured it out. If you have a Twitch account, you can use these stupid animals down here. I have not figured out the integration for YouTube. So all you need, if you have a Gmail account, just go to, let me put the Twitch account inside of here real quick. What is this shit?
Sleep deprived, shorty on the line and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night, don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end decide, slow it down and we can catch the vibe. But it's so hard to find through the daily grind, been working overtime. And I'm sleep deprived, shorty on the line and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night, don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end decide, slow it down and we can catch the vibes.